Hi there. This is my video to introduce myself. My name is Joel Cifuentes, and I'm from San Antonio, Texas, born and raised. I'm a 2003 graduate of the University of the Incarnate Word here in San Antonio, Texas, where I played basketball and earned my Bachelor of Science degree in physical education. I'm currently pursuing my Master of Arts degree in special education with an emphasis in autism and developmental disabilities at the University of Texas at the Permian Basin, where I am scheduled to graduate this August. So I'm really looking forward to that. I'm excited. I'm very grateful and thankful to all the people at UTPB that made this possible and guided me along the way to help me earning my master's degree. And I look forward to the future and for what it holds after obtaining my master's degree. I currently work as a special education co-teacher at a high school here in San Antonio, Texas, in the World Geography Social Studies Department. I'm also a football and a boys assistant basketball coach. I've taught and coached at both the middle school and high school level for 17 years. This is my 17th year of teaching and coaching overall. And how I got into the world of special education was, having being, my bachelor's degree being in physical education and being an athletic coach. How did you get into special education? It started out teaching some adaptive PE classes is one big reason, and seeing those students with limited movement and motor skills, a lot of physical disabilities. But just seeing the joy that I brought to them every day and how excited they were coming into my class and then leaving my class and giving me hugs and telling me how coach is the best and thank you so much, how grateful they were and what joy I brought to them. It just moved me, it touched my heart. So that was one of the reasons why I kind of started beginning an interest into special education. Then being an athletic coach, working with my student athletes, and hearing some of their stories and some of their parent stories and talking to me about, coach, pardon me, my son's struggling with this class. I apologize, he's struggling with this class because of this disability, because of that, his learning disability in this. And, so I felt an interest in it, and I wanted to know how it was that I can help their student. How I can help their student athlete grow, not just athletically, but how I can help them academically. So that's how I got involved into it as well. And one of the other reasons was my stepdaughter. I have a 20-year-old stepdaughter who I've been in her life since she was about 6-7 years old. And she was born with a mild to moderate hearing loss. And just seeing her and how wonderful she's grown and how successful she's become as a young adult woman, being a sophomore in college. I'm so very proud of her at Texas State University, studying to become an educator, to become a teacher. Seeing what she had to go through and her struggles, I early on just wanted to learn a little bit more about her disability and how it is that I can help her. So I took a lot of interest in that. So throughout these 17 years of teaching and coaching and working in the field of special education, I've worked in a lot of areas of special education. I was a resource teacher, teaching some basic English and basic mathematical skills, basic reading skills to students. I did redirect, which was more like a behavior support unit for students with emotional disturbance, emotional disability, and working with them. And then working as a special education co-teacher. And enjoyed every moment of it every year. And every year it's gotten better and better, and I've found a lot of success in becoming a special education teacher, from being a physical education teacher and a health teacher down to the world of special education. It was a big change, but it was the right change and the best change I ever could have made in my career as an educator. And that's how I feel personally. But I felt I was dealing with these students in a physical education setting, in a health classroom setting. How can I work with them more hands-on, face-to-face, whatever it was that I can help these students grow? Because in the end, that is my belief. And I'll talk to you about that in a minute. Let's talk about me a little bit more personal level again, my wife, who we've been married 11 years, she was a teacher and a coach that I met at my first gig at a middle school here in San Antonio. But she's now, grown in her career. She's now an assistant principal at a middle school here in San Antonio, Texas. Um, we have 3 children. We have my 20-year-old stepdaughter, which my wife had with her first marriage. We have my 14-year-old son, who finished up his 8th grade year, who's going to be a freshman next year, who I'm really excited to be able to teach and coach. He was from my first marriage. And then my wife and I together, we have my 9-year-old son. And watching him, grow to be a, fine young little man in 3rd grade, and just being able to spend time with them all during this time has been real nice. That's one thing about me. I enjoy spending time with my family. We enjoy going to the beach together, going to parks together, just running errands, doing a lot of things together. A lot of family time. And unfortunate how it kind of occurred, but we've had a lot of family time during this pandemic and during the COVID-19, where also I do feel, sad for like my 20-year-old. Feel like some of her college life got cut short this year, and my 14-year-old, in his 8th grade year, didn't get to finish it out with his peers, didn't really get to say proper goodbyes before going into high school. And then my 9-year-old, third grade, enjoying school, enjoying his peers, and didn't get to really finish that year out either, and missing his peers. So, but they're looking forward to getting back to it all, getting everything back to normal as well. I enjoy personally playing golf and playing a little bit of basketball, but being a former athlete, but my playing days are over. So now it's all focused on my boys and working with them to become. To help them athletically. And last thing I'm going to leave you with was just what I was talking about earlier, where I believe we need to prepare each student for the next stage of their life so they can be a productive member of society. I believe each child, with a disability or without one, can and should be able to contribute to society in a possible way. I'm very excited to continue to be a part of the UTPB program even after I graduate. I'm going to be a very proud alumnus, and as well as continue to help build my students academically and athletically, and help and encourage any other special educator out there if they need any help to ensure that they're helping their students academically and guide them just as I was guided. So hope you enjoyed listening, and see y'all soon. Can't wait. Bye.